Tonight, police are looking for witnesses after someone tried to kidnap a child in Duluth. This as they offer tips to keep your kids safe.
Plus, then there were two. A major airline ceases operation in Duluth, cutting the number of major carriers down to just a pair.
And it's the final regular season hockey Thursday night face-off. Next up is playoffs. Kelly Hinseth is in with highlights in just a bit.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. After an attempted abduction Tuesday afternoon, Duluth police have been canvassing the Lester Park neighborhood looking for any witnesses or surveillance video.
While the 8-year-old is home safe with his family tonight, police know the incident could have ended differently.
CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with law enforcement and child advocates on what kids should do if they find themselves in a similar scary situation.
It doesn't happen often, but
it can happen anywhere at any time.
After an attempted child abduction in Duluth, in which a suspect apparently tried to lure a child with the promise of a puppy, police are sharing tips on how to stay safe. Officials say parents should have conversations and prepare kids on what to do.
Is a huge part of what can make the difference between, life or death.
So we encourage parents and kiddos to sit down together and to build that safety plan, to talk about what they're fearful about, to talk about the resources that they see in their neighborhood.
Police say kids should know their roots and be aware of their surroundings.
Sure that they know their neighbors, know the houses that they can run to, know the people that they can trust.
Officials want to tell kids that if something doesn't feel right, they should always trust their gut.
Stop whatever is going on, walk away, run away, tell an adult.
If it doesn't feel right and it feels funny, don't approach them. If it's somebody that they don't know and don't recognize, you don't have to talk to them.
Police say there are GPS tracking devices parents can purchase that can go right in a child's backpack or pocket. Also, having the most up-to-date information and photos of your child can be a big help for police if an Amber Alert is needed.
New at 10, one person is recovering from minor injuries after a house fire in the village of Superior this afternoon. Crews responded near the intersection of Ogden Avenue and North 69th Street shortly after 1 o'clock today. Authorities say the owner of the home had tried to extinguish the fire on their own before vacating the house and flagging down a car to call 911. The cause of the fire is under investigation with damages estimated at about $25,000.
Dave's here with a look at the weather. Dave, we were at the boat show a little bit ago, and folks are talking about it being so darn cold out there.
And it will stay that way through at least tomorrow morning, but there will be signs tomorrow afternoon of a complete change in direction, going towards warmer than normal. Low temperatures this morning were pretty brisk indeed. Reports of 39 below came out of Capitogama. International Falls itself, 29 degrees below zero, 26 below in Ely, 21 below for Hermantown, 20 below Moose Lake this morning, 10 degrees below in Ashland, right next to the lake. Didn't have much of a warming effect there. 13 below Watersmeet. Yeah, we're looking for things to be chilly once again. In fact, we all face a wind chill advisory tonight through tomorrow morning, and so current wind chill factor makes it feel already like 28 degrees below zero towards International Falls and 23 below for our friends in Ironwood. With that advisory in effect, do bundle up because it's going to dawn on the chilly side for tomorrow. Our day planner for Friday says blue sky above Proctor and all of our other towns here from Arctic high pressure. Mostly sunny to start the day and to finish it from the higher pressure. But of course, since the Arctic nature is making things cold, 17 below is what we'll have here in the Twin Ports tomorrow morning. But 14 above by tomorrow afternoon. That's from a warm front approaching our region. A warm front that'll make it close to 30 by Saturday. In between, maybe a couple of snow showers. We'll talk more about that in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. It's been a tough winter for Superior businesses.
Yeah, so tough. Mayor Jim Payne proclaimed today Keep Your Love Local Day in an effort to get people out and shopping local for Valentine's Day.
CBS3's Alex Libby shows us how he's hoping shoppers show the city some love.
Friday might be Valentine's Day, but Superior Mayor Jim Payne is celebrating a little early. He says Keep Your Love Local Day is a fun way to remind people Superior is a great place to shop.
You can buy everything you need for Valentine's Day right here in the city of Superior.
The goal of this special day, help boost businesses after weather slowed the busy holiday season.
We had a pretty big snowstorm right after Thanksgiving. It hit during the busiest shopping weekend of the year, and the conditions that it created are lasting through the whole winter.
Andre Ploger, the co-owner of Blue Arrow Boutique, says unplowed roads hurt her business.
We feel that the snow had a lot to do with it. There was a lack of mobility getting around downtown.
Mayor Payne says the perk of shopping small is the care you receive in the store.
The people that run these businesses care about this community. They care about their customers. It's not impersonal. They're here to support you, and so we want to support them.
Ploger hopes the proclamation gets people spending.
I think it's a good jumpstart and a reminder that it's important to shop local all year round, because if you don't support them in the summertime or the wintertime, they might not be there the next season.
And if you're like me and like to procrastinate, Mayor Payne said many of those local shops will be open tomorrow for all those last-minute shoppers.
The Minnesota DNR has asked the state Supreme Court to overturn a lower court decision that rejected some of the most important permits for the proposed Polymet copper-nickel mine. The agency says the Minnesota Court of Appeals decision last month could affect future mining proposals at the state's existing iron mines and a wide range of other state permit decisions. The case is one of several pending before the courts in the long-running battle over what would be the state's first copper-nickel mine. Polymet filed a similar petition with the Supreme Court on Tuesday.
There's a final push to staff Minnesota with census workers ahead of the nationwide count later this year. An open house was held in Duluth today to encourage applicants to apply. About a month before the count begins, officials say they still need more than 8,000 applicants. Census workers say every county in northeastern Minnesota still needs people to apply, especially those who speak more than one language.
We're actually making quite impressive strides towards our goal in these recent weeks, and I think we're going to get there. We're not giving up for sure.
Counts have to be finalized and delivered to the president's office by December 31st. Now, most counties in the Northland pay about $24 an hour. The work is flexible and can be done either full-time or part-time.
After just 9 months in the market, American Airlines is pulling out from DLH. The airline launched twice daily service to Chicago back in May of 2019. It was the third carrier flying out of Duluth, joining Delta and United. DLH reps say American's flights averaged just 67% full, which was too low to be sustainable. The airline said the new route wasn't profitable and did not meet expectations. But airport officials say overall they've seen an increase in passengers over the last year, and both United and Delta are doing well. American's last flights will be April 27th.
Ashland and Bayfield counties have been awarded a $50,000 grant to develop a plan for attacking housing issues. Officials say cities within those counties see a lack of workforce and senior housing, along with limited rental facilities. Developers also have a difficult time paying for projects in rural areas. With this grant money, they plan to send out a survey to community members. Officials hope the survey project will begin in April and end in early 2021.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, limiting the president's powers. A bipartisan group of senators votes to restrict Trump's war powers against Iran. What it means, coming up.
29 below is our record low temp from 19.5 tomorrow morning. I don't think Twin Ports will get that cold, but towards the Canadian border, it's doable again, but perhaps for the last time for a little while, because a warm-up could start to arrive as early as Friday afternoon. We'll show you the timeline and the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
He's thinking recliner. You're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, for 3 days only, Saturday through Monday, get incredible doorbuster deals marked way down. The 3-day President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health radiation oncologist Dr. Jessica Sawyer discusses breath management techniques, specifically 4D CT, or four-dimensional CT scans, which can track tumors with remarkable precision.
Some cancers are located in places in the body that move. So for instance, cancers that are in the lung. So when you breathe, your lungs move in and out, up and down. And so if there's a cancer within that lung, it's going to move up and down and side to side in however many ways it moves. Using breath management techniques, what we're trying to do is to ensure that when patients come for treatment, we're actually treating the tumor no matter where it is in that cycle of breathing, so not missing. Standard CT is a great tool to use to see where the tumor is at that moment in time. Radiation treatment, for instance, takes, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, and so during that time that the beam is on, a patient can't hold their breath that whole time. And so we actually have to have a four-dimensional in time component also that helps us understand where that tumor is.
4D CT helps Dr. Sawyer and her team deliver radiation effectively and efficiently while minimizing risk to the patient.
So we can make sure that when we deliver the radiation treatment, the plan itself, that we're ensuring that we're treating the cancer no matter where it is in the patient's breathing cycle, that we're not missing it, but also keeping our margins small to avoid as much normal lung as possible. So because we have that knowledge, we feel more comfortable using smaller margins, meaning our target is smaller, and when your target is smaller, you don't have as much collateral damage to the surrounding tissues.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more about the services we offer, visit essentiahealth.org.
He's thinking recliner. You're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, for 3 days only, Saturday through Monday, get incredible doorbuster deals marked way down. The 3-day President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Another night of cold coming our way, and this time around we're all facing a wind chill advisory. Feels like temperatures will be around 40 degrees below zero. Actual air temperatures once again could run 10 to 30 degrees below, but this should be the last night we have anything like this perhaps for the week ahead. A warm front coming will warm things up as early as tomorrow afternoon, and instead of talking about 30 below come Saturday, we'll be toying with the notion of 30 above. We'll talk more about that, of course, after we go through some of the current conditions at the airport in Duluth. And right now the sky is clear. Temperature down to 6 below again, though, and I'm thinking the Twin Ports could drop to about 17 below this time around, which is actually a 4-degree warm-up from this morning when it hit 21 below. Right now the wind is hitting 9 miles per hour from the west-northwest, and so the winds have calmed down just a little bit. Still up there enough for a wind chill advisory, but last night half of us had a straight-up wind chill warning, so we'll call that an improvement as well. Air pressure right now, if you like it on the high side, it's improved, 30.41 inches of mercury. Current temperatures include 14 below International Falls, 20 below already towards Hibbing, 16 below in Grand Rapids. Vermilion Range temperatures are very similar. Silver Bay, mid-teens below zero. Moose Lake, 11 below. Even Superior, closer by the lake, 5 degrees below zero. Solon Springs Airport, 11 below. And it looks like we're so close to 20 below in Watersmeet. So, like I mentioned, one more night of the cold before the warm spell begins, thanks to a warm front come tomorrow afternoon. Right now, Doppler map shows things are pretty calm in our area because of the Arctic high pressure. Not too many clouds in the sky, although we are seeing a few towards the upper peninsula. Westerly wind over in that neck of the woods is creating some clouds off of the lake, but the lake effect snow machine has shut down, and so folks there are getting a break. Tomorrow, Arctic high pressure has us at least for part of the day here, so it means another cold one to start the day. In the afternoon, though, instead of having highs like 0 like we had today, I think we could be going towards at least 15 above. That'll become courtesy of this warm front working in from the west. And as the warm front works in, it just might trigger a few flurries as well. Flurries are possible perhaps come Saturday morning, and starting off with the warm front and finishing up with the cold front that comes through. This cold front here will knock our temperatures down a bit once we get into Sunday. If we're close to 30 on Saturday, we'll have that by Sunday and have 15. But again, at least that's 15 above rather than 15 below. Forecast here for tonight shows some towns probably will be around 15 below, especially those closer to the North Shore. Inland, I'm thinking Ely's going to hit 30 below. Maybe it'll warm up to 25 below for International Falls and the rest of our region on the Minnesota side in between those numbers. For Wisconsin and Michigan, about 10 to 20 below. Clear and cold then for all of our towns. And sunny tomorrow from the Arctic high pressure. But again, that warm front starts to creep in. 15 to 17 above for Wisconsin UP high temps in the afternoon. And Minnesota's range will be fairly similar, going from 13 around Winton and Babbitt and maybe even Ely and Barris to 17 degrees down around Moose Lake and Willow River. Mostly sunny sky, southerly wind 5 to 15. That's what we get for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, because of that small low pressure system and the two fronts, 30% chance for morning flurries and a high of 29. I'm not brave enough to say 30 yet, Anthony and Kristen, but it could happen. And like I said, we'll knock that in half there come Sunday, 15. In turn, we go back towards 23 on Monday, and Monday is the best chance for snow this week. It's a 50% chance for 1 to 3 inches.
Thanks, Dave. A bipartisan majority of senators have voted to limit the president's ability to use military action against Iran.
The move is largely symbolic, with the president threatening to veto the measure. Katherine Johnson is on Capitol Hill with the vote and what comes next.
The joint resolution, as amended, is passed.
The Senate passed a War Powers resolution Thursday that would require the removal of U.S. armed forces from hostilities in Iran within 30 days, unless approved by Congress.
A bipartisan majority of senators don't want the president waging war without congressional approval.
The resolution was sponsored by Virginia Senator Tim Kaine.
We have a special obligation to make sure that we deliberate and deliberate carefully before we send troops into harm's way.
The Iranians will interpret a vote in favor of this resolution as tying the president's hands, and that would lead Iran to believe once again that it can get by with anything.
8 Republican senators crossed party lines to vote in favor of the resolution. The Senate version now moves over to the Democrat-controlled House, where it could pass by the end of the month. The House passed a similar measure last month.
It's a little different from ours, but we will take it up.
President Trump is expected to veto the resolution if it reaches his desk.
We all know it's going to be vetoed. It takes a 2/3 majority to override that. It's not going to happen.
The War Powers resolution on Iran was triggered after a U.S. airstrike in Iraq last month killed top Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani. Iran retaliated days later with airstrikes on Iraqi air bases where U.S. troops were housed. The president announced that no one was killed or seriously hurt, but in the weeks following, nearly 100 service members have reported traumatic brain injuries.
The 3 senators still running in the Democratic presidential primary, Bernie Sanders, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren, returned to Washington to cast their votes in favor of the resolution before heading back on the campaign trail.
All right, Kelly's here to preview a lot of hockey coverage.
We got hockey, all of the hockey coming up next. We're going to take a look at the highlights from tonight, plus look back at the section championship. That was a historic one for girls hockey. That's all coming up in Thursday Night Face-Off. Stick around.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
We know it can be scary when you're injured in an accident.
We know the insurance company can be unfair.
We know bills need to be paid. But we also know what it takes to win.
We know what it takes to get our clients compensated.
And most importantly, we always fight to do the right thing for our community. Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows injury law.
Nicolay Law, Duluth and Superior's award-winning injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
Shopping for a new kitchen at Skips has never been better. Take home your dream kitchen today with Skips Fruitwood Oak Cabinets in painted or dark shaker styles. You can rely on Skips for quality and durability at affordable prices. Stop by with your measurements and see how you can take home beautifully painted or stained cabinets today at a truly affordable price. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in to see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth.
You know what President Trump needs in Congress? More people with Wisconsin common sense, like Tom Tiffany. Tiffany will help Trump drain the swamp with tough term limits. He has a plan to cut red tape on job-producing industries like logging and mines, rolling back Obama's overreach. And Tiffany is serious about finally passing the balanced budget amendment. A Wisconsin original, Tom Tiffany, conservative Republican for Congress. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
If you love to fish, hunt, boat, camp, or travel, or you love anything to do with the outdoors, you'll want to make your way down to the great family getaway at the Duluth Sports Show and Northland Deer Classic. See the newest RVs and boats. If you can cast it, ride it, wear it, sleep in it, or float on it, it's here. Bring your calendar and book your next family vacation at the many resorts and lodges. Fun for the entire family is happening now at the Deck in Duluth. MinnesotaSportsShow.com.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Here's the America I know, a country that puts working together ahead of standing apart, where we find common ground to expand health care and build a stronger, fairer economy and save our planet. I'm a problem solver. I build teams. I nurture good ideas. I hold myself accountable for results. It's how I led a complex, diverse city, and it's how I'll unite and lead this country.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Melt the cold winter with hot gear from Duluth Lawn and Sports.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
To another edition of Thursday Night Face-Off. It seems crazy to say, folks, but the boys' high school hockey season is coming to a close. We prepare for the playoffs next week. That's a whole other season. Starting tonight, we had a great game on the My9 Sports Network to cap off the season between a pair of ranked teams, Hermantown and Grand Rapids. They tied each other back in January. First period, Hermantown strikes just 22 seconds in. Check out the move by Zach Kylan. He sweeps in front of the net and backhands it in. Hermantown takes a 1-0 lead. Grand Rapids has an answer with under 5 to go as Hunter Bishop with a shot from the slot. The one-timer is good, and we are tied at 1 to the second. Jack Pierre, the 4-on-2 looks unlikely to result in anything, but he takes the shot anyway, and it hits the back of the net. Grand Rapids now takes the lead, but not for long. Cole Antcliffe swings it in front to Joey Pierce, who walks it in right up the middle for the Hawks, who have tied it at 2, but the Thunderhawks are not going to go into the second intermission with it tied. Hayden DeMars with possession walks it right in with 12 seconds to go in the second period, and that would be the go-ahead. Thunderhawks get one more, and they win it 4-2, the final huge win for them heading into the postseason. And an inter-city matchup between Denfeld and Marshall tonight at the Heritage. Hunters put Sam Anderson to work in the first in goal. Scrum at the net. Anderson keeps anything from going in, stopped 14 shots in the first. Hunters goalie Sean Easty kept things scoreless with 7 saves of his own. One gets through late in the first frame. Hunters' Joe Udd from way out of town fires, and it gets past Anderson. Udd's goal makes it 1-0 heading into the first intermission. To the second period, Hunters on the power play. Cade Shea adds another to make it a 2-goal game in the Hunters' favor. Back at even strength a few minutes later, Connor McClure muscles one in on net off the rebound. It's 3-0. Sean Easty makes 25 saves for Denfeld and manages to get the shutout. Hunters top Marshall tonight 7-0, the final. Up on the range, Evelyn Gilbert taking on North Shore. We start in the first period. Golden Bears with plenty of chances. They nearly break through here when Brandon Lynn puts it on net, but Connor Sullivan shuts the door, and the game remains scoreless. Second period, different story. Cole Meyer with the quick wrister. He scores. Evelyn Gilbert now takes the 1-0 lead. A little over 2 minutes after that, Brandon Lynn with the redirector in front doubles the Golden Bears lead. They'd go on to get 3 more. They're back on track. They get the 5-0 shutout. And another great game in Proctor after the crazy girls game last night. We'll talk about that in a bit. Taking on Pine City, first period, the Dragons getting in some zone time. Gabe Westbrook rips a slap shot from the point. That's an absolute missile. Into the top corner, Pine City leads 1-0, but the Rails answer a few minutes later on the power play. Dylan Holla finds Ben Harnell, who makes a move and buries it. That knots it up at 1. But just before the end of the period, Seth Linnell beats Sam Johnson, and it got out of hand the last two periods. Proctor falls 10-1 the final. Well, still to come on Thursday Night Face-Off, why last night's section final game was historic for women's hockey. Stay tuned.
Thursday Night Face-Off is brought to you by Essentia Health.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's happiest moments when everyone has a spot. Even Spot. It's BOGO time at Schneiderman's. Buy one item and get another half off during the President's Day sale at Schneiderman's Furniture.
Here, in this place, a game like nowhere else, where team is everything. Together, we push, we strive, and sometimes we fall. But here, adversity is an opportunity to make teamwork count when it matters most. Because together, we own this ice. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Years fly by. Your retirement date keeps getting closer. Rather than spending another year worrying about retirement, get a second opinion on your financial strategy. Let us answer your questions and show you how tax reduction strategies can benefit your retirement. Go to MPPLFinancial.com to download our free tax reduction checklist. Then call MPPL Financial this week for a complimentary second opinion consultation. A second opinion could be your best 2020 financial investment.
This Valentine's Day at Papa Murphy's, heat things up to 425 degrees. Right now, get the Heartbaker Pizza, our signature pepperoni pizza in the shape of a heart for just $9. Fall in love with one today for just $9. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Bart picks me up when I call.
It gets me to my appointments.
It gets me to class. It gets me to practice.
It gets me to go shopping.
It gets me from school.
It gave me my mobility back.
And it gets me here with my friends.
The bus is always warm.
At Bay Area Rural Transit, we have over 82,000 reasons to ride. One for every person who lives here.
Your water softener needs salt. You buy it, lug it, pour it, over and over. Save salt and the hassle with a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, the world's best. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Got you some sun protection.
But we work inside.
What's that?
He's testing the rollers.
Ma'am, I need to see your ID.
But I'm your mother.
Now what?
He's doing surprise trust falls.
I trust you, Jim.
Western National can cover your business and your home.
You'll get me next time.
With Western National, you'll have to find something else to worry about.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Sleep 8 degrees cooler and save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic Breeze during the President's Day sale at Schneiderman Sleep.
Welcome back into Thursday Night Face-Off. Last night, I drove down 35 to Proctor, Minnesota to shoot a hockey game at St. Luke's Sports and Events Center. Now, if you've ever traveled to this arena, you know that you turn right onto a road called Kirkus Street, and the arena is about 0.2 miles down the road on your left. Well, last night, as I was turning onto Kirkus Street, I saw cars parked for the game inside the arena. They had about a 5-minute walk in below freezing temps to get to this game. At first, I was annoyed because I had to walk with a lot of camera equipment. But then I thought, wait, this is awesome. There are people scrambling for parking spots 0.2 miles down the road in below freezing temps for a girls' high school hockey game. And don't just take my word for it. Proctor Hermantown head coach Emma Stauber tweeted this out saying today, "My team did not win, but I think it is important to show how far the girls' game has come. This was last night's Minnesota High School Section 7A championship between the Mirage and CEC girls hockey at St. Luke's Sports Arena, which holds about 1,200 fans. There were roughly 1,400 fans in attendance. Thank you, everyone. Amazing. And it is amazing because it was one heck of a hockey game. These two teams battled to the very last minute for a shot to go to the state tournament. In the end, it was Cloquet Esco Carleton, and I will not tell you how excited they were to have fought so hard to come out victorious. See for yourself.
Oh my God, it's amazing. This has been a dream since I was little, and I did it with the best group of girls. I can't even put it into words right now. I'm so proud of them. I couldn't have done it without them. Literally, they're the best group of girls, and they literally they brought their hearts out to this game, and that's what showed.
It feels so amazing. You know, we've been waiting for this all season, and just to finally do it, it's just awesome. I'm so happy for our team and just everything we've accomplished this year. I'm so happy. Yeah! We just amazing as a team, and we just couldn't have done it without anyone else here, and amazing. I'm speechless.
You know, I just think these girls are so deserving. They have worked hard, and we've been pretty close last few years with some tough losses, so I'm just very proud of everyone today. It's a lot more fun to have a bonus week of hockey with that.
They absolutely do deserve it. You see thousands upon thousands of fans gather into Amsoil Arena for the boys section hockey tournament. Not that they're not deserving, because they are, but to see 1,400 fans wall to wall in that arena last night is pretty cool, especially from a female perspective, growing up, having not had those role models like them out there. It's pretty cool. Congrats to CEC. You love to see it. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center, proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
Have you guys tried the brain freeze?
No, brain freeze sounds disgusting.
It sounds wrong. Sour gummy worms.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. You guys have to try it.
What about dragon's blood?
I feel like that'd be like a chance.
You just missed the tobacco industry's latest scam.
Have you guys tried the...
Because you were supposed to. Tobacco companies use tempting flavors to hook kids on nicotine. Unfortunately, it's working.
Do you want some?
Sure. See what you've been missing at missingitmn.org.
At Miller Hill Subaru, we believe in the mission of saving homeless pets and placing as many as possible in loving homes. Nearly 800 pets have been given a second chance through the Subaru Love a Pet adoption event in the past 12 years. We sponsor rescue groups near and far who share in this mission. And it's clear our amazing community supports adoption, welcoming these deserving pets to their forever homes. This is what collaboration and commitment to our community means to us.
Vaping has been declared a national epidemic among youth. 1 in 3 high schoolers vape in northeastern Minnesota.
My child started having seizures from vaping. There's still so many unknown chemicals.
One vape cartridge has as much nicotine as at least 2 packs of cigarettes.
My child was hospitalized with severe lung injuries.
They said it was no big deal.
My child said it was no risk.
That it was under control.
That's what my child said. But what could I have said? Get the facts and talk to your child today.
Life beyond the gravitational pull of the city requires a can-do attitude. It takes versatility to accomplish all that needs to be done, and enough power to never get in over your head. The Kubota L-Series tractor pulls up its bootstraps, hooks up to its many attachments, and gets the job done right. That's why it's the #1 selling compact tractor in America.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
The great outdoors is headed indoors for the Duluth Sports Show and Northland's Ear Classic. Stroll through the Rainforest Animal Exhibit. View the wonder and majesty of the ocean and more at the virtual reality experience. Visit the Pheasant Forever Youth Village. Take a selfie at the interactive 3D street art illusion. Marvel over a world-class shed antler display. Attend seminars on RVing, fishing, and hunting. Family fun is happening now at the Deck in Duluth. MinnesotaSportsShow.com.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for a buck suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back into Thursday Night Face-Off. Before we go to some NHL scores, shootouts are not always the strongest area for the Minnesota Wild. And unfortunately, tonight it showed. Rangers win this one in overtime in a shootout, 4-3, the final. Well, Team Schuster continues their role at the United States Curling National Championships, looking to be named Team USA once again. And they're well on their way. 7-4 win over Team Dunham out of Philadelphia this afternoon. The 9th straight win for the team, securing the top overall seed in the playoff rounds. An impressive showing for the defending Olympic gold medalists, who are now just 2 matches away from representing the United States at the World Championships in March. They'll wrap up playoffs tomorrow. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.